Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. After discussing vascular changes involved in acute inflammation, let's talk about the cellular events. The first one is migration of leukocytes towards the endothelium. Second is rolling along the vessel wall. Firm adhesion to the endothelium. Transmigration between the endothelial cells, that is diapedesis. Migration in interstitial tissue towards the chemotactic stimuli, that is called chemotaxis. Phagocytosis, killing and degradation. The first 5 steps will be involved in leukocyte recruitment, and then phagocytosis, killing and degradation will be discussed in leukocyte activation. Let's talk first about leukocyte recruitment. It involves the margination. It is the process of accumulation of leukocyte at periphery of cell. Rolling. When endothelial cells are activated by cytokines mediators, they express addition molecules to which leukocyte attach loosely. They bind detached number on endothelial surface by a process called rolling. Selectins are 3 members, that is E-selectin expressed on endothelial cells, P-selectins on platelets and endothelium, and L-selectin that is on leukocytes. Selectin bind the silated oligosaccharides that are expressed to mucin-like glycoproteins on various cells. Okay, important thing that you should remember is that selectins are upregulated after cytokines, otherwise they're present at low level in inactivated endothelium, means that they are activated only when cytokines are there, that is mediators are there, or they come to know that there is a time to show the response. So then they are activated in the process of acute inflammation, that is margination. For example, P-selectin is found primarily in intracellular Weber pallidi body. However, minutes of exposure to mediators such as histamine or thrombin, P-selectin is distributed to cell surface. E-selectin and L-selectin are expressed after stimulation by cytokines, interleukin-1, and tumor necrosis factor. Let's move towards the addition. Addition basically means firm adhesion to endothelial surface. Adhesion is mediated by integrins that are expressed on leukocyte cell surface and interacting with the ligands on endothelial surface. For adhesion, you need integrins. So you must have an idea of what is the term integrin. Integrins are defined as the transmembrane heterodimer glycoproteins that mediate the addition of leukocyte to endothelium and of various cells to extracellular matrix. They are normally expressed on leukocyte plasma membrane in a low affinity form, and you must have an idea that these integrins are not supposed to adhere to their surface specific ligands. It's not surface, I mean specific ligand, until the leukocytes are activated by chemokines. So once the mediators are there, they are activated by chemokines. They will adhere to their specific ligands, otherwise they will not. So we come to know that for integrins to work, chemokines must be there. So what is this chemokine? Chemokines are the chemoattractant cytokines that are secreted by many cells at site of inflammation and are displayed on the endothelial surface. Okay. Now for even chemokines are displayed on the endothelial surface, so tumor necrosis factor and interleukin-1 should be there because they are supposed to activate the endothelial cells to increase their expression of ligand for integrins. Ligands, I have also mentioned the ligands that include the ICM1 and it will bind to LFA1 and MAC1, and second one is VCM1 that will bind to VLF4. So this all will lead to firm adhesion, and that would be again followed by transmigration. So what do you mean by the term transmigration? After being arrested on the endothelial surface, leukocyte migrate through the vessel wall by squeezing between the cells at intracellular junction, and this extravasation of leukocyte is called as diapedesis. When you're talking about the systemic circulation, over there you would see that this would be performed by the venules, while in capillaries it would be there in pulmonary circulation it would be there in capillaries. Chemokines are also involved in this transmigration. The commonest example is PECM1, also called CD31. The fifth one is chemotaxis. After extravasating from blood, leukocyte move towards the site of infection or injury along a chemical gradient by a process that is called as chemotaxis. Chemotaxis involves the bacterial products, cytokines, C5, and arachidonic acid, that is product of lipoxygenase pathway. Arachidonic acid metabolism, particularly LT before, would be involved. Type of immigrating leukocyte varies with age of inflammatory response and with the type of stimulus. What do I mean by the term that the type of immigrating leukocyte varies with age? I want to say, for example, see that in neutrophils, they predominate in inflammatory infiltrate during the first 6 to 24 hours. While later on, the same neutrophils are replaced by monocytes in the next 24 to 48 hours. This is the leukocyte migration through the vessel wall. You can see migration that is followed by the rolling, and then integrins activation is seen by the chemokines. Once the integrins are activated by chemokines, there would be a process of stabilization, and finally they will migrate to the endothelium. So this was the first step, that is known as the migration. I have already discussed the selectins, integrins, and the CD31, that was PECAM1, that was involved in transmigration. Let's go through it. P-selectin, E-selectin, and CD34 are mentioned. The P-selectin play a role in rolling, E-selectin play a role in rolling and addition, and CD34 is having a role in rolling. Integrin and integrin ligands, as we have discussed, and the last one is CD31, that show the transmigration of leukocyte to the endothelium. Let's talk about leukocyte activation now. Leukocyte activation is having the following functions. Number one, it will show the phagocytosis of particles. Second, it will do the intracellular digestion or destruction of phagocytosed microbes and dead cells by substances produced in the phagosome. Liberation of substances that destroy the extracellular microbes in dead tissue, which are largely the same as substances produced within phagocytic vesicle, and at the end mediators are produced. You can see them, I have mentioned them with the green marker, that is phagocytosis, intracellular destruction of phagocytic microbes. Neutrophil extracellular trap product formation is also seen, and mediators production is also there. Okay, let's come towards the topic, that is leukocyte activation steps. The first one is recognition and attachment. Leukocyte bind and adjust the microorganisms by receptors. Opsonin recognize host proteins by process that is called opsonization. And opsonins include IgG, C3, and plasma carbohydrate binding lectins called as collectins. Phagolysosome is formed after this. Let me tell you some important opsonins. They are the antibodies of immunoglobulin IgG class that bind to microbial surface antigen. Opsonins also include the breakdown product of complement C3, and they also include the collectins, that are the plasma carbohydrate binding lectin, which bind to microbial cell wall sugar group. Okay, once we are done with recognition and attachment, let's move to engulfment. What happened in engulfment? That phagocyte membrane zips up around the microbe, so it covers the microbe. Over there, fusion of phagosome with lysosome occur, and when phagosome will fuse with lysosome, it will result in the formation of phagolysosome. Then comes the third step, that is killing and degradation of ingested materials. Two mechanisms are involved, oxygen dependent mechanism and oxygen independent mechanism. Contact between the neutrophil and particular stimulus lead to NADPH oxidase activation. It oxidizes NADPH into NADP plus H and reduces the O2 to superoxide anion. In phagosome, what would happen that this superoxide anion will combine with 2H positive in the presence of superoxide dismutase to form the hydrogen peroxide and hydrogen peroxide H2O2. Now this H2O2 in the presence of myeloperoxide and in the presence of the chloride will be converted into HOCl dot, and this is the powerful antimicrobial agent. This HOCl is basically the hypochlorous, and the diet microorganisms are degraded by lysosomal acid hydrolase enzyme. The most important lysosomal enzyme involved in bacterial killing is elastase. Others include the bactericidal permeability increasing protein, lysozyme, major basic protein, and defensins. Let's discuss about oxygen independent mechanism. Leukocyte kill microbes in bacteria by bactericidal agent enzymes, product by leukocyte granules such as defensin, lysozyme, proteasome, lactoferrin, and hydrolases, as I have told you right now. There is also a mechanism that is called neutrophil extracellular trap. This is also mentioned in Robin, and these traps are basically extracellular fibrillar networks that are produced by neutrophils in response to infections, pathogens, and inflammatory mediators. They provide a high concentration of antimicrobial substance at site of infection and prevent the spread of microbe by trapping them in fibril. In this process, the nuclei of neutrophil are lost, leading to death of cell. Nuclear antigen and neutrophil extracellular trap is postulated to be a source of nuclear antigen in systemic autoimmune disease, particularly lupus, in which affected person react against their own DNA and nucleoprotein. So this is a diagram that shows you the recognition of microbes and mediators. As you can see, the bacterial product, that is N-formyl methionine peptide, is there. Chemokines lipid mediators are there, recognized by the 7-alpha helical transmembrane protein, leading to the cellular response that will lead to the functional outcome, that is increased integrin avidity and chemotaxis, leading to addition to endothelium and migration into tissue. Along with that, you can see toll-like receptors are there, cytokines, interferon gamma. You know, interferon gamma is a potent activator of macrophage. So what would happen when toll-like receptor and cytokine receptors are there? They would do the production of mediators, for example, arachidonic acid metabolite cytokines, and reactive oxygen species would be produced, leading to amplification of inflammatory reaction. And phagocytic receptor would lead to the phagocytosis of microbe into phagosome, as I've already told you. So phagosome plus lysosome, their fusion. Okay, fine. What would happen? Leukocyte activation would be there, and at the end you can see finally killing of microbe would be there. Again, this is a quick review from Robin, that is killing and degradation of phagocytized microbe, that is recognition and attachment. Microbe bind to phagocyte receptor, then leads to engulfment, and finally fusion of phagosome with lysosome occur, and phagolysosome is formed. It is killed by reactive oxygen species and nitric oxide, and at the end you can say finally degradation of microbe in lysosomal enzyme and phagolysosome is seen. So that was all from acute inflammation.